Hey, my lovelies. I hope you guys are doing well. Shayluv, back with you again. And this episode, this wine and review is going to be a little bit different because I will be doing a 2-in-1. I will be reviewing 2 of Love and Marriage Huntsville episodes. Just try to catch myself up. I know that I've been kind of skipping on my uploads, so I just want to stay consistent. I know outside of life cannot take over my YouTube wine and review. I do enjoy doing a wine and review. I thank you guys, every person, even if it's just 1 or 2 or 3 or 20 views. I do appreciate you coming on and just showing my page some love. And let's get into it. So, of course, I gotta do my drink. You guys, if you want to know what I'm drinking on, layer cake. You guys, this thing has 14.8, almost 15% alcohol in there. You know your girl getting tight off of this. You know your girl is getting tight. And I'm in a totally new location. I'm in the comfort of my bedroom. Just wanted to switch it up. Just wanted to switch things up. So let's get into it. Love and Marriage Huntsville, episode 10, Destined for a Storm. So basically, this is picking up over at Jalen's housewarming party. In the last episode, basically, Kimmy has invited almost everybody besides Martell to Jalen's housewarming, and yeah, everybody did show up, and it is really weird. I mean, I could just tell that they just came here just for everybody to come to a place to film, because ain't nobody know what they were doing. They were just sitting around cackling and doing a whole bunch of nothing at that housewarming. And granted, when I think about it, I have never been to a housewarming, so I don't know what you do at a housewarming, but it looked like the housewarmings that be going on, it don't be nothing. Shoot, Patrick's 1-bedroom or 2-bed housewarming apartment was a little bit more entertaining than whatever they had for Jalen. It literally looked like they had hors d'oeuvres and some drinks. Oh, they may were playing cards too, so. But I'm like, I know damn well. Then drop some wine. Oh, it's all good. I know y'all know damn well Jalen don't want all y'all grown folks up in his house. He'd rather his frat brothers, some frat girls, some cool people up in there. He do not want y'all old asses to be arguing up in there. No. And be picking up no stuff and throwing it now. So yeah, in the last episode, Kimmy pulled Destiny and Stormy aside and was just like, are you ladies in a good mindset to just basically talk things out? So both of them were like, yeah, we could talk. So that's what this episode picked up on. Yeah, so they talked, and then Wanda comes in starting her shiznai, starting her good old shiz. And yeah, Kimmy was not having it. So basically how it ended was, it ain't gonna be too much bitches. That's how it is. And Kimmy told Wanda,
Babchoo's coming a boss.
It ain't gonna be no bitches.
Mom, no. Wanda, we're not gonna speak like that to my mother in this house.
No, that's right. I know that's right, Jelly. No, anybody gonna disrespect my mama. Not in my house. So yeah, Kimmy basically checked Wanda. She was like, listen, you can say whatever you gotta say. And that's why I love Kimmy. Kimmy, you're a real ass bitch, and you know it. You know you're a real ass. And to be honest, Kimmy, I learned a lot from you when it comes to learning how to talk to another individual so that they can clearly hear what you're trying to say. Learning how to break things down so the next individual who may not be as intelligent as you can understand. So that's basically what happened. Kimmy basically said, Wanda, okay, what you're not going to do is disrespect me in my son's household, you can say whatever you want to say, but you're not going to call me out my name. That's what's not going to happen. So, yeah, I loved it. Because want to talk about no, my ass. No, my ass. You're going to get kicked out if you keep on with that, with that disrespectfulness. So, Marcel and Maurice basically go to the side, I guess upstairs, and it was just like a weird area for them to be talking, but I guess they just had to find a space because the girls had the room. The living room was occupied, the kitchen was occupied, so I guess they just had to stand on the top of the stairs. And basically they started talking about Wanda's toxicity, and Marcel was tired of dealing with it, and Maurice is basically like, what are you going to do about it? So that was basically that. Just a conversation about how Marcel was just tired of Wanda. And I'm sure Tisha get tired of Wanda. Everybody's tired of Wanda right now, okay? But whatever. All right, everything up before. Oh, yeah. So, you guys, my bad, because I got 2 episodes in my head right now. So, I have to go back on my notes to look and see what happened. So, when Maurice and Marcel were talking amongst one another, they did bring up the ATL trip. Maurice was just advising his older brother, the one that you would think would know better, was just advising his brother, listen, maybe you should iron everything out with your wife before you go on this ATL trip, because the last thing you want to have is to come back from this ATL trip and then there's mess, or your wife is not fully happy with you going, or it's just no clearness in your marriage before you go on this trip, because we already know what ATL trips lead to when it comes to the Scotts and the Holts and the media. So basically, Maurice is saying to Marcel, talk to your wife. Maybe y'all should talk about do's and don'ts. What she feel comfortable with, what she don't feel comfortable with. Let her know, like whatever discussion y'all need to have, y'all should have that discussion. So when we do go on this trip, it's no issues. Your wife is not going to let you go on a trip and really not want you to go on a trip. You know what I'm saying? And Marcel is a very stubborn man. Very stubborn. Very stubborn man. So I'm hoping that he just takes Maurice's advice to heart and he really does try to talk to Tisha. So the next thing that happens is Melody goes to see her mom, and basically what's going on is she's setting up for her rebranding from Embrace, which we were introduced to, I want to say season 1, maybe season 2. But Embrace, that's when she was still with Martell, to 7th Avenue. Now, I don't know what the significance of 7th Avenue is, but I know that's what she's changing. That's what she's changing it to. Embrace to 7th Avenue. So she went over to her mom's house to basically get ready for her launch party for that, and any products, setting up, pre-organizing that she needs to do, she did over at her mom's house. And then her mom just asked her how she's doing. Melody always had the same answer: I'm doing good, I'm working, I'm crazy, just trying to stay positive. And listen, we're human, we're not always positive all the time. I understand when you try to stay positive, I understand. I definitely understand, but we're human. And Melody, you have been through so much so quickly that it's okay to be human. You're not positive all the time. I'll tell you that. After everything that you've been through within the past 5 years, do you really think you spent more time happy and positive, or dealing with bull and feeling not the most uppity at that moment? But maybe at this point in her life, she's just like, she want to let it all go. That's what she's been saying this whole season. She just want to think about positivity, positivity, positivity. So good for you, Melody. So it goes over to the next scene. Melody and Tiffany goes to have lunch. They go to have lunch, and they talk about Destiny and Stormy. And basically, you guys, I'm gonna be honest, cannot even remember what exactly they discussed about Destiny and Stormy. But they had lunch. They talked about Destiny and Stormy. And they also talked about Kimmy starting a brokerage company. Kimmy, yes, Kimmy, you just got your real estate, and now you have a whole brokerage. Congratulations, great for you. And then Tiffany started talking about having a baby, how bad she want a baby. Yeah. Kimmy's basically like, girl, are you sure you're going to have time to take care of a baby? You and your husband are going through some things. Your husband said he wants more time out of you. And you're talking about adding a baby is going to help fix your marriage. Are you sure about that? So, once again, Kimmy's the sense of reason. Once again. So, that was their lunch. Melody, Tiffany, and then Kimmy goes out and meet them. There was nothing really significant about that scene, to be honest. Martell tries to get tutored to get his builder's license. So basically he is on Zoom or video call, Google Duo, whatever it is, with a tutor that's going to help him get his builder's license. And you know what, Martell, I'm going to be honest. I appreciate your storyline this season. Because your storyline is basically like, I'm a man that fucked up, but I'm trying to get back on my feet and do things the right way. For the people that's bashing Martell in this season, I don't feel like it's much to bash Martell on this season. Now, the last couple of seasons, that's in the past. That's not our husband. That is not our man. So you got to let people allow themselves to change. You got to really let them, give them that time to just change or work on bettering themselves. Don't hold somebody's past against them. Now listen, the man is already divorced, the wife is already moving on, and he feels as though he needs to do the same. He needs to move on as well. So I'm glad that you are trying to get back on your feet, Martell. I love to see it. I'm gonna be honest, I love to see it. I do. So I think that's great that you're finding a tutor to help you with your builder's license, and you're actually getting a builder's license, because you was going to go to somebody else to try to leech off of them, but no, get it yourself, do it yourself, and the rest of the way is going to work out. So yeah, so here at this moment after that, it is Melody's 7th Avenue skincare launch party. So that's what's going on at this point in the show. So who's all there is Tiffany, Stormy, Kimmy, and that's about it, because Melody don't like nobody else. So they get to talking about Valentine's Day and the big explosion that happened between Destiny and Stormy and Melody and Tisha. And so, I mean, that was their first time meeting up since Valentine's Day. So they had a lot to talk about. So later on in the evening, we see Miss Kiki coming in. I don't know what to make out with Kiki. Like, after everything's said and done, Kiki, what is your motive? What is your motive? Because very much so, you can't be too mad that the other ladies is kind of like sketch now. Because the ladies know that you are Tisha's cousin. The ladies know that Melanie and Tisha aren't cool. The ladies also know that now all of a sudden you're popping up and causing some drama to these different events that you're coming to. So what is your motive? What is it?
Your scooter. Where is your scooter? Where is it?
You know? So yeah, she comes in, and honestly, I was so disgusted with her damn makeup. Kiki, at this point, if you do your own makeup, don't. Pay somebody that's $60 to $75 to do a full face so you can go on camera and present yourself differently, because you look like a totally different woman in the actual live scenes where y'all actually are recording yourselves than in your confessionals. And it's all about how your makeup and your hair is presenting you. Like, girl, you look like, I don't know how old you are, Kiki. I'm gonna say you probably in your early 30s, maybe at the latest 34, 35. But it ages you 10 extra years the way your makeup and hair be looking. And I'd be confused. So confused. So yeah. Yeah, let me keep going because I want to be done pretty soon. So yeah, Kiki come in, she said hi to everybody. She said hi to Stormy, and Stormy was just like, what's up? And kept it moving. Now listen, I'm gonna be honest. Stormy's attitude, I'm not a fan of. I'm not a fan of Stormy's attitude, but I'm not gonna lie, I probably would have done the same thing. I'm like, hey, kept it moving. I don't care how you felt about that. I wouldn't care. But girl, the way you move, I do agree with Stormy. The way you moved showed me the type of person that you are. If you do your cousin like that, you probably would do me like that. And I don't need to be your friend. I don't need to be near you. So I do agree with Stormy like that. But Stormy handled things like a high schooler. I just, it irks me watching it, to be honest. So, Kimmy basically pulled Kiki to the side and she was just like, basically, girl, it's a lot of drama that's going on and you are the cause of a lot of this drama. And Kiki's denying it. It's not me. I don't feel like I did anything wrong. I just said it because of this. And I don't feel like it was nothing wrong with what I said. And yeah, and Kimmy's like, yeah, no. It was you. You're causing the drama. And not a lot of females is really dealing with it. They don't want to deal with that. They don't. So that's how that ended. The last scene of this show was Kimmy, Maurice, Tisha, and Marcel meet up for dinner. They're just having like a couple's date night. And basically they talk about what's going on with Wanda and the food truck, and as well as their relationship with Wanda, because Wanda has to control her mouth. It's to the point where Wanda has to control her mouth. It's already rumors that maybe she may get fired after this season. Maybe not. Who knows? But Wanda, you have to control that mouth of yours. You too old to be just spitting out whatever. And just because you at that age, that don't mean everybody got to receive it. Just because you're an older woman. So yeah, they talked about that. They basically, Kimmy called Marcel out, because Marcel like, well, we don't know if we want to give her the money for the food truck. And Kimmy like, boy, you sound like a whole bunch of cap. Basically, it sounds like a whole bunch of cap. You're going to give her that money. And Tisha said, yeah, we're going to give her that money for the food truck. So maybe by next season, or maybe the end of this season, she'll have her food truck. So then they talked about the Kiki drama. So that was the end of episode 10. Destined for a Storm. I want to give you a quick synopsis and review on episode 11, Love in Huntsville, Mission Impossible. So the show starts out, Tiffany tells Lewis she's about to go look for her dad and she's nervous and she feels as though she needs to have a sit down with her the parents that raised her, and talk to them about it. And she's really nervous about it. Tiffany, 40 years old. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna get into that a little bit longer as I get more into the scene. But yeah, so her parents come, and I gotta remind myself that these are not her parents. These are the people that basically raised her. But yeah, her parents come, and they both look white to me. I say look white because we create all types of shapes, sizes, and, colors. Black people do. When I hear her speak, I hear a soulful woman, right? I hear a woman that has heart, a woman that, I hear a black woman, I'll be honest, but she's white-skinned. So, you know, it didn't confuse me, but I was just like, she just sounds like a very soulful woman. Even if she is a white woman, she probably was black in her past life, because when I hear her talk, I said, ooh, hold on. So, yeah. So, this is what really bothers me. Tiffany, you said in your confessionals that you feel as though you think your parents would be jealous or think that you would try to replace them. The parents that raised you. You're 40 years old now. They done raised you past 18. They done helped you in your 20s. They done helped you in your 30s. Girl, you in your 40s now. Why in your life, your living mind, think that your parents would think that you will replace them at 40 years old with your biological parents, father, or at this time you're looking for your father because you already found your mother. So why would you feel like they would care? Honestly, at this age, shoot, they should encourage you to go find your biological parents. It's not like it's premature in your brain and you're not mentally prepared for that. You're 40 years old. You have had lived life. You have had people raise you in a great household, so you say. So, yeah, this is your own spiritual journey to find yourself and figure out where you actually came from. And, yeah, I just felt like, girl, you are not 15, 16, 17 years old trying to figure out where your biological parents are. You're going to replace them. Like, listen, your parents done lived most of your life with you, so they're not going to be jealous. They're not going to feel no type of way. They're going to be okay. Don't be dramatic about it. Do what you got to do for yourself. So, basically, that was that scene. It was, I guess you could say heartfelt. But, yeah, on to the next. Wanda shows Tisha and Marcel her food truck. And so, they are actually in Tisha's hometown, which is, I want to say she said Bessemer. And I want to say Bessemer because I just know that there's a lot of related cities over there in Alabama as well as in North Carolina. And when she said it, I was like, oh, they have one of those in North Carolina as well, because that's where I currently stay. So, yeah, I want to say Bessemer is where her hometown is. So that's where the food truck is, and that's where Wanda is. So they go down there, they meet with her. And you know, I mean, it's a food truck. It's not going to be the most hip. You got to clean it up. A lot of times, unless you get a brand new one, clean out of and paying that amount of money, you're going to get a rinky-dink, rundown one, and you just got to spruce it up. It's going to be just fine. It's going to be okay. She's probably going to be working it every other day or on weekends or certain days anyway out the week. She's not going to be driving it around everywhere anyway, so yeah, it's going to be just fine. So then they talking about, Marcel basically talks to Tisha about, what are we doing? Are we lending her the money? Or are we going to give her the money? And Tisha like, we're giving my mother the money. We're not lending her. We're not letting her borrow. And then when the money that she make at the food truck, she got to pay us back. Marcel's a businessman. This is business talk. But you know what I do appreciate? I do see a difference, because I seen a difference from the Marcel and Letitia of it all special that they had. I appreciate that he is coming to his wife and asking him about these business decisions. Granted, it is her mother, but still, you know, Marcel could have very much so, because he is a breadwinner, could choose to be like, I don't want to deal with this, or I don't want to give it to her. This is what's going to happen. Or just the simple fact of like, we're not going to lend it, or we're not going to give it, we're going to lend it. And she has like a turnaround time period, whatever. So yeah, I do appreciate seeing him actually talk to Letitia. So my only thing is that we don't sit in all of their conversations. And I know Letitia's very smart, but I just feel as though certain I don't know. Let me just move on. Let's just move on. So, the next scene is Tiffany and Mel hit the road to find her dad. They're on the road. I guess she just got to drive a couple hours. That's why they're just on the driving. That's why they're just driving. And you know, Tiffany, I'm not gonna lie, I probably would fall asleep too. Tiffany, you sound very boring talking about your life and whatever. Like, damn, you done had Stormy zone out on you. You done had Melly fall asleep on you. You done had your husband not even want to listen to you. So it's like, girl, oh God, Tiffany, you may just be full of cap. Maybe, I don't know. So, yeah, they talk about that, and they end up, what was the coolest thing about her looking for her father was the place that they ended up at. So I guess they end up in the hometown of whatever town she's from, or the downtown part of whatever town she's from, or her parents are from. And they ended up in a records building, I guess the records of the city and whatever. And so basically what they found was very interesting. They found out, which I think is pretty cool, that there is old articles from back in the 1900s, 1930s, 1920s, 1940s, 1960s, 1970s of articles and newspapers of things in the past. I thought it was interesting to see a Ku Klux Klan as well as a Black Panther ad on the same page when they made that. Like, wow. Just to think that we haven't even hit a whole century away yet. Like, we're just in 2022. A century ago was 1922. During that time period, it was a prime time period for Americans. Americans are having a good time. Americans are spending money. Americans are living a great life. Like, you know, it was just totally different. I won't even say a great life because I believe segregation was still going on, but it was the roaring 20s. So for us to have integration, I think in the 50s, 60s, I don't know, 50s or 60s, I want to say more towards the 60s. We still have a long way to go because offsprings are still alive. The actual people who were born in the 30s and 40s are still alive. So that goes to show that it has not been as long as we think it has, because people that have lived during that time period are still alive today. So I just thought that was interesting to see that, as well as just the fact that she is come from a very interracial couple, a Black father, a white mother. And during that time period, the man said it was a cause of lynching being in an interracial couple. And of course, it's a Black person that's getting lynched, of course. So I just thought that was just a good history buff that they offered for us, and very interesting. And I know for Tiffany, that was just really super mind-blowing for her. So Tiffany, I am glad that you did end up there. You got some type of information. And it looks like maybe your dad may not still be here, but I'm glad that you got some type of information. So, after that scene, it goes to Wanda's Shayluv cooking event for her family. So this is where things get, and basically that takes up the rest of the episode, is the event, the cooking event. So her food truck, if I'm not, mistaken, is going to be Shayluv cooking. I believe so. And I'm going to be honest, when I saw the family coming in, I ain't going to lie, Tisha, I love your ghetto family. Your family look like my family. I'm going to be honest. So I'm glad that it's not like a super bougie, a super, we got to act right in front of the camera. Like, no, they ghetto as fuck. They gonna call you out in front of the camera. They're gonna talk they're gonna act. It's just like, okay, thank you. It's people that I can see. Is literally everyday people that I see. And you ain't acting like this is your family, Tisha. This is your family. I can see. Now, though I love a little animated ghetto family, I can see where some problems may have happened or occurred. So, during this time period, she has a cousin or uncle, whoever it is, Bernard. Bernard, you was coming for Marcel head so bad. And to be honest, I'm glad, because Marcel be needing it sometimes just to tell you ain't shit,
Going around. He's not gonna admit it. He's not gonna admit it. Marcel is a cheater.
So here's the thing.
Marcel is a cheater.
But Bernard, you was going off on Marcel. That shit was so funny. Now this is where a family that is less fortunate, this is where things get a little funny, because I know it's a few things. I know it's a couple of things while watching this with the dynamic of Tisha's family. For one, I don't like the fact that the family is coming to Marcel and telling them, oh, I got this business idea. I got this business idea. Just give me the money. You got to watch out for stuff like that. You got to watch out for stuff like that, because once you get some money in your pocket, and listen, it's no secret. Even the viewers know that Marcel and Tisha Scott, they make really great money, as well as Maurice and Kimmy. They probably are up there in the millions. If you can just so easily give away, I think it was 20 to 40,000. I think it was 40,000 to Miss Wanda for her food truck. And is it gonna be a lend or a give? If you can just so easily give that away, we know you sitting on millions, right? So her family knows that. They're using that to their advantage, and they're gonna try to come up off you. That's where I'm just like, that gets draining. Because I can't even come to a simple family event for my mother. This is her chance. Like, dang, did they even give her? They probably did give her money now. They probably did give her enough money, but she don't even have her food truck yet. And here it is, other family members trying to be like, well, yeah, I got this I want to do. Give me the money for it. I got this I want to do. I got this I want to do. And I'm just like, ooh, pull my hair. I really want to just, because it's like, why y'all do that? Go get it on your own, or go find a man that got it. Stop leeching. Stop leeching. So yeah, they was going for Bernard real hard. Oh yeah, before then, I just thought it was interesting. Listen, this whole family event thing had me thinking like, hold the fuck on. Are they gonna do like a Letitia and Marcel spinoff with just Letitia's family and Marcel's family? Like, what is this? Because I felt like it was like interesting that, they showed the scene of Letitia's brother and his baby mama, and he basically telling Letitia and Letitia's cousin and Miss Wanda that he have a baby on the way, and he's going through a divorce, and he has a baby on the way with this new woman. And I'm talking about the campus had a good little time on them for me to see who the baby mama is, for me to try to look at the belly and see like, ooh, is she really pregnant? I'm like, oh yeah, I do see like a little baby poke. For me to see them coming outside, and he talking about, my bad, baby, I was just so excited. She was like, I'm gonna beat your ass. That's some ghetto ass shit right there. I ain't gonna lie, I was happy to see it. Like, oh, y'all ratchet, y'all ghetto. Y'all from Alabama, don't try to front for us. Y'all from Alabama. Do not try to front for us, okay? So yeah, I was like, what is this extra that y'all trying to present to us? I'm confused. Because I'm gonna be honest, if they do like just a family dynamic of Tisha's family, I probably would tune in, because them motherfuckers look like they get down and dirty. I probably would tune in. So yeah, they finally having to sit down. They're about to serve the food, and basically, they started going for Marcel again. Well, before they started going for Marcel, they asked Marcel about what's up with this whole picture Marcel beat around the bush again, and that's just basically that. They called him out, talking about you're a liar, you're a cheater.
Going around. He's not gonna admit it. He's not gonna admit it. Marcel is a cheater.
So here's the thing.
Marcel is a cheater.
Bernard really was the one calling him out. Bernard must have been drinking. I don't know what he was on, but he was not feeling Marcel at all. So that was basically that. And then later on it comes in that Kiki comes in. And basically that's going to lead us into the next episode. So, and I think that's going to be where we see the preview of the second half of the season, where some tea is going to be spilled out. Who knows? But yeah, Kiki and her husband come in and things get down and dirty. So you guys, that is my review for episode 10 and episode 11 of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Hope you guys did enjoy. Try to go as fast as I can, but yeah, do not worry. I will be dropping this next episode on time. So the one that's coming out Saturday, maybe by that Sunday or that Monday, it will be dropped. Mark my words. Bye.